I love what they do here at Golem with this.
Seems bad.
I mean, it's just so cool because you can actually bring out so much more personality in the map. So our map's going to be Antigua center control. So important on this map. All right. Into game number 2 in the red with a beautiful bust. A very, very commanding lead in game number 1, dominating his ideas.
StarCraft Squirtle.
And he is the only Protoss in our group right now. So if you're a Protoss player, you better hope he loses one of these series so we can see more games from him. In the upper left, we have our Terran player down 1 game. One of the only foreign players here in the GSL Codes. Can he move on? We're going to see his ideas.
ThorZaIN.
ThorZaIN, I think we figured this out a while ago, but ThorZaIN's an antipsychotic, right?
I believe so. We figured out something like that. Like it's either ThorZaIN or like that's a derivative of the word.
Oh, right. Yeah, bring back gamefortasteless.com. And you can make a gameforThorZaIN.com too, but
yeah, I
want gamefortasteless.com, more traffic.
JohnFacts.org.
You know what's actually so funny is, I don't know if that site's still up, but somebody like linked me to this, and I saw the URL, and I'm like, oh god.
It was actually pretty funny.
I had this I had a heart palpitation. I'm like, what is it really? Yeah. And I clicked on it, and I'm like, oh, this is so funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. All right, I'll admit it. I'm the webmaster.
All right, I knew it, Artosis.
Yeah, I know you knew it.
I've known you for over a decade. You finally built up the courage.
All right. So this map going to be a little bit better for ThorZaIN. Antigua, generally a pretty good map for drop harassment. You know, it takes a bit for Protoss to walk in and out of the main bases. Like, let's say that you have Colossus Tech. There's only a few areas where they can go up and down in... You know, they have to go through that, like, smoky section, so you have to be really careful. If you're trying to get back in your main with them, they might go in the wrong direction, something like that. It's just a little bit better a map than the last one for Terran. So hopefully ThorZaIN can get a good start off here. Looks like he's going to go for the 1 Rax expand once again, whereas Squirtle is getting double gas to start off.
Okay, so the SCV's now gotten inside. And as you can see, by the way, that little stat down there is not very promising for ThorZaIN. 90% of his games, if he wins the first set, he moves on.
Yeah. ThorZaIN always loses the first game on purpose, Tasis.
I know, right?
No. You know, if Squirtle does the exact same build again, Artosis is totally stealing that tomorrow morning before GSL and trying it out.
Well, it's interesting because he really does understand builds. I mean, like Squirtle's strong point isn't even his micro; it's actually his strats.
Oh, definitely. I would agree with you completely.
Something tells me that I just have to respect the way he's getting the gases. Maybe there's some kind of safety mechanism built into the opener.
Yeah.
Where let's say that because he's going 3. Because he's going 3 Nexuses, maybe he just wants to make sure if he has to cancel Nexus and make a bunch of sentries then. I don't know. We'll see.
But he's not doing that, unfortunately. He's going to go ahead and 4-gate. Yeah, you know, just to go back to what you said, I love seeing variations on well-known builds. Like, once Parting started doing the other build a lot, I ripped it and did it a bunch of times and was like, okay, this is actually, I get it. This is so powerful.
Parting's builds are some of the best builds to ever rip.
Yeah, and, just to see just a different take, it's pretty cool. But
5 gates.
5 gates. Oh boy. So this is going to have a lot of sentries and zealots in it because that's 5 gates. You're not going to spend as much on stalkers. More efficient makes more zealots and sentries. This could be a bit scary. We have Stim on the way, but that should not be ready by the time this hits. If it is, then what are you doing?
Well, if you notice the bunker placement, the bunkers, it's pretty far away from the minerals. The SCVs can't really get close.
Yeah.
To get up there maybe in time. And one of the problems for that is that if you're going to be attacked like this and you're Squirtle, you're actually, in your ThorZaIN, you actually want to have your SCVs in front of the bunker so the zealots can be blocked.
Yeah. And, part of the problem here, and he actually made a lot of stalkers to go with
I'm a little bit caught off guard.
5 gate with that many stalkers. I am caught off guard as well. You can't support it for as many rounds if you go Stalkers, but it's good to have some to pick off SCVs with. So
ideally, he'd want to attack here before this bunker finishes. Let's see if he does it, and here he goes.
And, well, we'll see here. The SCV's having a hard time getting up there. And
yeah, that's the exact problem I was talking about. SCV goes down.
And he's still microing back here. He's going to
kill that SCV! Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Oh,
indeed.
my God, that was so good.
Beautiful force field.
So good.
And he just continues to pick more and more off that pylon on the low ground, warping in more and more and more. Going forward here, the Zealots coming up. Those are going to help out immensely against these SCVs, tanking a lot of damage. SCVs coming from the main base, and Squirtle just pounding through here. A lot of sentries mixed in.
Wow, that was the force fields that actually did it for Squirtle back there. Those force fields were brilliant.
You know what? This is so powerful. Look at the supply already, 28 to 50, and he's going to have another warping round here. In fact, he just did. He's just got to move those units forward, and ThorZaIN, his stim is almost done, but he's got almost no Marines to use it with.
Yeah,
GG.
that's it, GG.
Wow. Very one-sided series. A couple things tasteless to point out. Well, first off, ThorZaIN shouldn't feel too bad. Squirtle's the favorite in this group, I would say.
Yeah, I guess there's no shame in losing the guy that got second place, barely losing MVP.
Yeah. But, like, ThorZaIN didn't have information either time on Squirtle's build. It looked like both times, like, all right, it looks like standard. And then there was basically no more strong attempt at scouting. You know, he didn't try any scans or anything like that. You really need to know this type of build is coming because it's so strong. And the other thing I want to point out is that the early things scouted, I think Squirtle's initial build was exactly the same. I'm going to check that out later, but, you know, he starts with the 2 gas, and it looks the same. So, kind of hard to tell if that's all you scout, what's going on, whether it's a fast expander or a 5-gate.
I wonder if the bunker had been closer to the command center, if that game would have looked different.
Could have.
Because nothing got there in time.
Yeah.
And, damn, the 4 force fields around that bunker, the second bunker, oh, my God.
Yeah. Those were perfect.
He should have, been pushed out had he been able to fill the bunker. But every force field got down absolutely perfectly. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, it was a really good play by Squirtle. So, ThorZaIN, he's going to have a hard time. He's going to play from the bottom here and see if he can come up. Don't count him out yet, but his worst matchup, self-proclaimed worst matchup, is TVT.
I don't think his TVT is as bad as he claims it to be.
Well, it might be his worst, but yeah, it's really good. I mean, he took out Polt in the DreamHack finals.
Yeah.
So, and, a really great display as well. So we'll have to see how well he can do there. Gumiho and Keen cannot be underestimated, though. Keen has been on a killing spree lately, and Gumiho showed us a few seasons ago he's one of the best Terrans.
And, Keen's one of these players that actually has pretty aggressive TVTs. Some of his TVTs are very short, so we'll have to see how that goes. ThorZaIN statistically known for not attacking right away. But actually, we're going to go to a quick little break, guys. So stay tuned. We'll be back here for more awesome StarCraft 2 action at the GSL Code S. More Zealots.